Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. It's Duchess. Today's video is something that I've wanted to do for such a long time, and I'm so grateful that I finally have the platform to do so. If you feel like you've been stuck in the same cycle of almost glowing up but never fully sticking with it, I get it. For the longest time, I was that girl, starting fresh every Monday and wondering why I still don't feel confident. And then one day something just clicked. I stopped focusing on looking better for others and started focusing on how I could honor myself. This glow up routine didn't just make me look better. It made me think better, speak better, and most importantly, treat myself better. So today, I'm sharing the 10 simple, powerful habits that changed my life and could possibly change yours. And we're gonna get right into it off the bat, losing weight. Now, this could be a touchy subject for some people, but if you want to have a healthy life or a healthy lifestyle, you need to get real with yourself and understand that you need to be at a healthy weight. I didn't lose weight to be skinnier. I lost weight to feel lighter, clearer, and more energized. Literally stopped obsessing over the scale when I knew I wasn't doing anything and started focusing on movement, portion control, nutrition, and self-discipline. It was about proving to myself that I could commit to something and follow through. Losing even 2 to 5 kg made me feel so much more alive in my body. Like I started walking more, dancing again, actually feeling cute in my clothes. Glow up tip: don't punish yourself into shrinking. Don't hate yourself into a smaller size. The majority of my weight loss came when I understood that I actually don't hate my body, I just want it to be better. And the only person that could make my body better is me. I have the option in my hands. I have the choices, I have the opportunities, and I have the self-discipline to do what it is I said that I'm gonna do. Drink 3 liters of water every day. I used to be so dehydrated and I didn't even realize it. I'd have caffeine all day and wonder why I felt foggy and groggy and my skin would be dry. When I committed to drinking at least 3 liters of water a day, game changer. My skin got clearer, my digestion improved, and the amount of cravings that I used to have actually reduced. Mentally, I felt more present and more focused. I had less noise in my head. Literally, brain fog lifted. What made this easier for me is that I would keep a huge water bottle next to myself or in the fridge and keep it filled all day. So if it is, I know that I want to drink, let's say 2 liters, let's say 3 liters of water, I will fill that amount of bottles the day before and put them in the fridge so that when I wake up in the morning, I can just open the fridge and pull out 1 bottle, and I know at the end of this bottle, I probably would have drank 1 or 1.5 liters of water, and in the other bottle, I would probably have 1.75 liters or just 1 liter. Either way, I know how much I'm drinking, and my goal is to finish these 2 by the end of the day. 1 for the morning period, 1 for the evening period, and at the end of the day, I know how much water I've drank for that entire day. Yes, you will pee a lot because it will flush you out. You need to find a way to get the toxins and everything out of your body if you want to have clearer skin and a better mindset. So you will be going to the bathroom a lot, but it is so worth it. Eating more veggies. I stopped thinking of veggies as something that I had to eat and started thinking of them as foods that made me look and feel rich. Broccoli, garlic, roasted carrots. I am obsessed with the little Red Note app. I look at the day-to-day lives of some of the people on that app and I tell myself, they look so healthy, they look so energetic. And when I realize that, let's say they have a daily life of someone that weighs, 49 kg or something, and the things that they eat, It's veggies, it's soups. They're doing their skincare, they're brushing their hair often, they're making sure and they're doing their stretches. Common sense says, if you want to look a certain way, or if you want your life to look a certain way, look at persons that are already doing that. Look at persons that are already living the way you want to. What are they doing? What are they eating? How do they go about their day-to-day life? When you emulate that and make that into your own, add your little own twist to it and pizzazz it up a little bit, it is inevitable that you also will have a life similar to that. So I told myself, if I want to have skin like that, and if I want to have a body that looks like that, and if I want to have hair that looks like that, why not do the things that they are actually doing? Because clearly it works. So I took that into my personal life, and that's why I started eating more veggies. I found ways to romanticize vegetables. Now I actually end up craving them. Your skin, your gut, and your hormones are going to thank you. Dynamic stretching. We don't talk enough about feminine movements. I started doing at least 2 to 3 minutes of stretching every morning when I wake up. And these include lunges, back stretches, hip rolls, and all of these things put together made me feel so much more graceful and so much more in tune with my body. Literally, I feel more soft. It's like a morning reset. I wake up stiff and stuck, I stretch, and then boom, I'm back in alignment, literally and emotionally. If you've ever done it, I can attest that after you do at least 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes of stretching on a morning, there's this deep sigh that comes from within your soul. When you're done, you feel so relieved. Like there's this huge burden that's just lifted off of your shoulders just because you took a couple of minutes to just stretch. Double cleanse your face and your body. Let me put you onto something elite. Double cleanse your body the same way you double cleanse your face, especially if you wear makeup. At night, I oil cleanse my face and then I use a gentle cleanser over. For my body, I rinse first and I go in with a bar soap and, now this is important, an exfoliating glove. I'm not so much of a fan of loofahs, however, I do say that if you are using a loofah, change that out often. Buy a full pack if you can and change it out at least every week because loofahs build up bacteria really quickly. I personally use an exfoliating gloves. However, I do want to get into African nets because they just look like they reach places that my gloves just wouldn't be able to reach. So I go in with a bar soap and some gloves first and I do my whole body and then I rinse, and when I'm done, I go in again with a scented body wash and I do the same thing that I did with my soap and I rinse. I would also recommend having a rag for your intimate areas, a different rag from the ones that you put on your body. And if you're a little bit extra, have an unscented soap that you can use on your intimate areas, and you wash properly and rinse as normal. That combo, soft, clear, and confident skin, I guarantee it. Look at the glow. Look at it. I know you see it. When it is I'm done, I've actually gotten into the habit of not even using a towel anymore. I have a cotton robe that I use when I'm finished showering because I feel like I don't even need a towel. When I get out of the shower, I go in over my still wet skin with coconut oil, olive oil, whatever oils you like. If you want to purchase an actual body oil, you can do that as well. But whilst my skin is still wet, I go over it with an oil and I moisturize using that oil. Before, I used to just put on the oil and then move on. But what I've recently started doing, because I love having skin that feels moisturized and hydrated, is that I would actually keep a lotion in the bathroom next to my oil. So when I go in with my oil, I go over that with some sort of lotion that I like. If you like a lighter lotion, you can get a lighter lotion, or if you like something a little bit more heavy, you can get something a little bit more heavy like Jergens or Oli, something like that. But if you want something lighter, you could have some sort of cocoa butter type cream, and those usually seem pretty light. When I'm finished moisturizing, and I'm talking about everywhere, my neck, my chest, in between my toes, I put on my robe afterwards, and I just prance around the house because it needs time for all of those things to soak in properly to your skin. That is how I give myself the feeling of luxury on a budget, and I've never had the issue of having dry skin when I've implemented these habits. 6, hydration and sunscreen. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. You literally do not need a 10-step skincare routine. I think I was looking at an interview from Jenny Kim, and someone asked her what are the products that Koreans use that they have such good skin, like how is it that everyone in Korea just has good skin? And she literally said she doesn't think it's the product, it's that everyone is just so serious about keeping their skin hydrated. And when I think about that, I think about the fact that not everyone has money for all of these expensive products. You don't always have money to buy the serum and the face mask and all of these things. Sometimes life gets to lifing and you need to prioritize things that you spend your money on. But that doesn't mean that your day-to-day self-care needs to suffer. As long as you ensure that you're hydrating your skin and protecting your skin, you're good to go. I started using products that focus a lot more on hydration, and literally every single day, even if I'm not going anywhere, even if it's raining outside, I slather my face with sunscreen. As you can see, this is my color, and usually the general consensus in my community is that you don't need sunscreen because you're melanated. No. I will never ever subscribe to the point that if you're black, you don't need sunscreen. Girl, put on your sunscreen. I literally stopped trying to treat my skin and just started to nurture it. And it responded beautifully. Hydrated skin is happy skin. And happy skin glows without filters. Reading more books. One of the most underrated glow up hacks. Expanding your vocabulary. Knowledge is sexy. Not to sound smart, but literally just to feel smarter. I started reading again. Not just self-help books, but novels, poetries, essays, articles. It helped me speak with more clarity, write better captions, write better scripts for my YouTube videos, and express my emotions more freely. People often tell me, you speak so well. And that was a part of the glow up that no one expected. You can look good, but when you speak well too, YouTube vocal training. Now, I know this is not something that is spoken about often, but having a good tone of voice when you're speaking also helps your attraction and magnetism. And what it is I've found myself doing often, at least 2 to 3 times out of the week, is that I will go to YouTube, I would look up 5-minute vocal training sessions, 2-minute vocal training sessions, 10-minute vocal training sessions. And in the morning, I would do that. I might be showering or I might just be doing my skincare, and I will follow along to these videos that help warm up your vocal cords. I have noticed such a huge difference when I don't do it versus when I do. I will practice enunciating, projecting, and controlling my tone. And my voice literally got stronger. My words felt more intentional. And I even started how I like sounding on voice notes. Now, who does that? Sometimes I would send a voice note and I would play my voice note back multiple times because I'm like, my voice sounded really nice in that voice note. Your voice is your power. Do not forget to train it the same way you would train anything else. Journaling honestly. I was a big Dear Diary girl when I was in school. And when I look back into my journals and my diaries from back then, I literally knew that I was holding things back, that I was keeping things back, that I was only speaking about certain things because I lived in an environment where privacy was literally non-existent. So I used to try to write things at least, but I would try to keep out little details because I would literally be in a position where my journals could be read, my diaries could be read. As I got older, became an adult, and started living on my own, I'm able to journal a lot more honestly. And this has helped me tremendously. I used to do cute quotes and cute to-do lists, but now I journal things that I would be terrified to say out loud. I don't hold back. I get honest, dramatic, emotional, because sometimes you need to process your thoughts without judgment. And pages don't judge you. Whether it's daily or I'm just really overwhelmed, journaling clears out the noise and brings me back to the truth. And 10, which is probably the most important, pray more often. I really started praying again, like intentionally. When I prayed in the past, I think I used to say things that just I felt sounded good. Same way with journaling, I used to do it with my prayer as well. Just things that sounded good, things that I've heard other people say, or I think that's what God would want to hear. But when I needed something, like as a way to reconnect, feel grounded, to be reminded that I'm provided for and that I'm protected, I'm guided and not alone, I started praying way more often. Even a 2-minute prayer whilst I'm brushing my teeth. A quick thank you while I'm waking up. Whispered surrender before I sleep. It really anchored me. And when you feel anchored and grounded, you realize an inner peace that just wasn't there before. And when you move through life with that inner peace, the glow up, crazy. If you're looking for the glow up routine, it's not about products or trends. It's about habits that make you feel aligned, respected, and radiant. These 10 habits change the way I show up for myself. Not all at once, of course, but one step at a time. And if I can do it, you can too. Start small. Pick one thing. Be consistent, and the glow will follow. And remember, glow ups aren't just physical. They're spiritual, mental, and emotional. Let this video be your reminder to glow in every single way possible. If this video resonated with you, it's you, isn't it? Thank you for subscribing. And I hope to see you again tomorrow because I post every single day. Love you.